Good morning, Tamers. So it is 10 to 8. You can probably hear the fan in the background there. It is not terrible today. It's actually quite cool in comparison. I'm looking forward to this. It's the day of the World Championship Series in Europe, which isn't really a World Championship Series in Europe because Worlds in Europe is open. Yes, that's a bit weird. But I'm looking forward to this. Playing something different today. We're going to be playing the lovely Hexabloom online. So I thought this is actually quite a nice little deck. It counters Digiburst really well because Digiburst essentially goes, oh, I'm just going to get rid of all my evolution sources for you. And you're like, okay, yes, I'm cool with that. Yeah. And it's like, oh, Hexabloom's on the field now, so you can't attack me and you can't do anything against me, and you're just stuck now. Rookie Rush doesn't really do much if Hexabloom's on the field as well. It does have kind of a weird matchup with Yellow because a lot its Digivolution sources are actually under the 7,000 DP mark, so it does get that whole like Nightmon and slash Angimon and then Chaos Volderarm. They do kind of just like sit on top of you because you're not very tanky. You're more of just a nimble Swifties. But it did do well. We played 4 games last night just to try and test it out a bit more, and it did alright. It did well. We won 3 out of 4 games. The game that we didn't win, actually, we didn't see any of our Megas, which was really awkward. Saw our Omnimons, but you can't really play Omnimons too much. But yeah, so I'm looking forward to this. Let's see if we can get this done today. I'll update you as much as I can during the day. I'm expecting to see essentially a load of Lords, a few Liliths, probably some green again because Europe looks green, and then maybe some. What else do we have in Europe? Security control. Security control is just high. I don't really understand security control, and I think that's probably why I don't play it. But either way, we will see you guys in the next section of this, after I've got my ass beaten, or after I beat someone else's ass. And we'll let you know how it's going. Alright then, we'll see you guys in the next part. Have fun. So, round 1 completed. I went 2-1. I went against Yellow Green Rush. Future me here. I didn't go 2-1 against Rookie Green Rush. I went 1-2. That was my day, mate. Not much to say about it. It's very similar to all like the other Rookie Rush variants, except like blue obviously has the jamming option. Yeah, it was an okay match. I think the second I figured out it was Rookie Rush, like it's obviously changes a lot your mentality. But because I'm playing Hexa Blue, I can also try and get up to Hexa Blue level and then just essentially stop them from doing anything, which is what I did in one of the games. Spire Masquerade, hell of a card, especially because there's not really any good blue removal. Really? No, it's not really any good blue removal currently. Third game, we had a misplay between both of us. It's our, well, we didn't catch it, it's our fault. Luckily, is that friend was watching the game. Essentially, what happened was he had his Toryumon with a Digivolution Source on attack my Colimon, the weird dolphin whale thing blocker for blue, and took it and sent it to the graveyard or trash, whatever we're gonna call it. Obviously, mine goes because it's a lower level, lower DP. Following turn, I had 4 DP, 4 memory. 4 memory, evolved into a Peldramon, which obviously deletes some Digivolution sources on top of a Bluecomon. And Bluecomon is if you delete a Digivolution source, you gain a memory for the turn. That would have taken me to 3. I then evolved into Cry's Peldramon, which 0, and then I would have played a Hexabloomon. But all the cards on the field do not have a Digivolution source. So, yeah. I lost. My fault. I didn't check my own board state, and that's the biggest issue I have with non-personal events. It's so hard to see cards. It's not anyone's problem really. It's just most webcams aren't really detailed. I can't really check the DP. I should know what Toryumon is. We play Yellow on the channel a lot, so yeah, it's my own fault. But on to round 2. 2-1. I'm pretty happy with that. Rookie Rush is pretty weird deck to go against. I got very lucky in the second game. I pulled a lot of rookies in my own hand on the first turn. So I had essentially a good board state myself. But on to round 2, and let's see where we're going to go. Got a little bereavement here. I might get myself a drink, because you can always tell I'm very raspy. So, alright Tamer, see you after round 2. So, game 2. Went against Lord Nightmon. Still playing Hex Blue, obviously. First game, pretty... No, I think he overextended himself, and I got him down to basically to a point where he couldn't really do anything else. But with Hexa Blue on the field, Hex Blue is very good. Obviously, the issue with Hex Blue is very weak in comparison. The biggest issue I'm having, obviously, with Hex Blue right now is the fact that he's a weenie, and basically Yellow just shits on him because Yellow has so much goddamn DP reduction is ridiculous. And TK is even better than I thought it was. So I always thought TK was you can only find a yellow Digimon. Now, to my friends who used to play the Shine Greymon variant and they always used to find their Glorious Burst 1 level 2 of in their deck, in their security, could have taken it out. Good time. No, it's a very good match. I think it's all about tempo. It's really weird because obviously you want to go first, but you kind of want to go second, because if they go on the field first, you can then throw down, and then you can stop them from having any more distribution sources. Obviously, Yellow has the access to Chaosmon. Yellow has access to Chaosmon Vorderarm, so it is awkward again. It gets more DP reduction. It's obviously having to use both its charges on top of the Hexblow, but before saying that, it's not a terrible matchup. It is a 50-50. It is all a tempo game. Obviously, the biggest issue in comparison is that Lord Nightmon, if you are playing with the Angelwoman, a lot of people are playing with the Wargroundmon though, is that essentially you can throw 2 bodies down at the same time on the field, especially if you've got, like, say, 2 pushy Agamons on the field. So essentially 1 swing could turn to 3. It's pretty good, it's pretty scary. That was the deck I was actually going to play today, but since the UK has had like a real issue trying to get extra Pulsemons, and now the prices are kind of crazy, I say that I got very lucky. I got the promo Gomons, which are basically the same things that the Blukamons do, and they're like £30 at the moment as well now. So I'm pretty lucky I got those for very cheap in comparison. Thank you, Tabletop Gaming. So far, not so bad. Games are going pretty back and forwards. I've not had a bricky hand yet, but I am getting to a point where I'm losing tempo, like I'm losing out on things I shouldn't be losing on, or it's really awkward because obviously you kind of want to sit in your security, but then you need to put something on the field, so you put a blocker on the field, and they literally digivolve into one thing and destroy your blocker and swing anyway. So yeah, I'm looking forward to BT6 format when Yellow gets a little less fun, and everything else can do things for fun instead. Right then, that's enough of my whining for now. Let's go into round 3, and hopefully we'll have something a bit better. Oh, hopefully we'll get a win for today. So yeah, we're 0-2, but our score is 2-4. Is it a current actual games records? So yeah, if I can get an actual double win, that'd be great. So I'll see you guys in round 3. Right then, end of round 3. So as we've lost again, we won 1, lost 2. We're dropping. I mean, there's no point playing anymore. Top 32 for your first set of pricing is pretty bad in a tournament that you have to win, I think, 5 games of now, 6 games of, to even get extra additional pricing. Yeah, it's not great. I think even Yu-Gi-Oh, which people complain about is a terrible pricing format, is like 64th. We've had that once, I think, so that was like 4 prizes. It wasn't too bad. Last game, it went against the reboot deck, the exact same reboot deck that I had on my profile, so I don't know if he's a fan of the channel or if it's just something he's thought of himself. I don't even know if you can hear me. All in all, I like the deck. I think the Hex Blue deck is actually really good. The biggest issue we have of it is if you don't get like a key component, especially in tournament setting, you're gonna die. Like, yeah, if you lose tempo for 1 turn, you've lost the game. I think I had an issue. The other thing was, for whatever reason, like, I always gave him like 2 memory, or gave him 1 memory, and then he'd essentially like double up on it, which is a bit weird. That last game. The last game was really weird in terms of like my tempo compared to his. His tempo had like 2 megas up on the field by like turn 4 somehow. I didn't really give him a lot of memory, so I don't understand how that happened. And then I think I had like the 1 mega on the field, and then essentially obviously it's Hex Blue one, so you're stopping people doing anything else. Pretty good. Just trying to go through things. I think the biggest issue is I wasn't seeing any of my Tamers at all. Now, we do play 4 Tamers in this deck, so it's not too bad. We do play only the 1 Matt, but we are playing 3 of the Silver and Joes, and in a deck that basically wants to just sit on the field and not do anything, because I don't think it had any Omnimons to play with me against, in all fairness. I don't really know what I could have done better, to be honest. This deck is probably about as optimal as I can. The biggest issue this deck does have, though, is it has no cheap cost megas, and 3 is pretty cheap for megas, not going to say it's not, but there are decks out there that have 2 cost megas, and that's something I think I'd like to see. Maybe Neptunemon, I think, is the only one I can think of. I don't think that's that great, but it could be pretty good in terms of just having that 10k, can't crash into my body on the field. Try and get it with jamming, maybe? I don't know, there's probably got to be a way to do it. But yeah, tournament number 3, we got 0-3'd again. No, hold on. First tournament was 0-3, second tournament was 1-2, but they messed around with timing because people can't read, so we had to leave because it was essentially really busy. Yeah, I think we did third round by like 12:30, and it was like, yeah, I've got barbecue and family around to do, so no. And then this was every game was 2-1, 2-1, 2-1, which is pretty good. I'd like the consistency of that. Normally I go 2-0s, so Hex the Blue one, pretty good. only a third of the time. So play it if you want. I do think it's pretty good. The reboot deck, not necessarily that good. It was just better in terms of where I was on my board compared to him. I did misplay during the game. I didn't move one of my Digimon out when I should have done, and that was my own fault, of course. But no, the reboot deck is pretty good. It's on the profile. It's on the channel if you want to look at the profile. It's the exact same deck as that one. Lord Nightmon is just a hell of a deck. A lot of people say it's not that oppressive. Dude, for free, if you get free memory on your turn and you activate Lord and you have the right card in your hand, which is all a card game is about, you just activate the board wipe. Don't say that card is not good. It's fantastic. Like, people are saying it's not a tier 0 deck. If it's not, it's because people are still trying to run Rookie Rush and security control into the ground. Now, I'm going to say, like, I probably had some bad matchups here just because, obviously, not knowing what your opponent plays is kind of key. So, in my defense, it was a sense of... Disco going crazy. Yeah. Yeah, not knowing what your opponent's playing, and then once I saw like a couple of rookies on the field in my first game, I basically lost the first game because I'd already been outpaced because I didn't know they were coming. So by the time I got my Hexa Blue on the field, it was too late. Second game was fantastic. Third game, a little bit of naughtiness. Then round 2, it was versus Lord Nightmon. I think I won the first game. I won that. I got them basically in a chokehold where they couldn't do anything, and I won. Second game, I think I struggled to get anything on the board. I think every time anything hit the board, they just board wipe me, board wipe me, board wipe, board wipe. If you've got like access to like 10 cards in your deck that just board wipe, like, and it's part of your engine, that's bad. That's not good deck design. Panda, that's really bad. Makes the deck good though, so carry on. And then game 3, I don't know what happened in game 3. Oh, yeah, I basically put my big boy on the field, stopped him from doing anything, and then he just went, okay, and then dropped a Valderam on top of it, and then carried on playing. Again, fun card. And then the reboot was, I won the first game. I think, again, yeah, it's a common theme going on here. I won the first game. Second game, I lost. I'm not too sure why I lost. Oh, I think they trashed my mouse on that, or they trashed my only like Tamer that I saw during that game, and I didn't get access to it. So that put me at a memory tempo loss straight away, and they had like, I want to say like 4 Tamers on the field at that point. And then the last game, essentially, they just megaed through all their stuff really, really early on, and I just couldn't keep pace. I think the issue I had mostly was like just trying to get a body on the field without just instantly dying because of their Groomon effect. They did get a Metal Groomon on the field, I think like turn 2 somehow. Again, I don't know how they did this without really overthinking it. Maybe it was where Monzimon. I think it must have been like a 1 cast into a 1 cast into a 2 cast, and then obviously into the Mega on like turn 2. They went first, I think, and that's kind of the weird. Like, a lot of decks don't want to go first, but like decks that want to outpace want to go first. It's very weird. Such a weird card game this is. No traps, just let me outpace you. And then they blew out my Coleman because I put Coleman down, I think, on like turn 1. Because I think they gave me 2. Yeah, they gave me 2 memory turn 1. I played a rookie on my baby, then played a Gomon, and then played a Cole, as it said, 1 memory, and then they must be turn 3. I don't know. They basically, I put it down there for that reason, so they would hit my security. Because obviously, if it was a Tamer or if it was an absolute blast, it would have been more effective. Or even at this point, Omnimon would have been good. But no, so I didn't get much stuff there. Again, deck's pretty good. The biggest issue with this deck is it is very squishy. They're all low level. They're all low DP. So this is essentially on par with a lot of the yellow decks. Just yellow is just outpacing everyone in terms of like power at the moment, because green was really good in Japan, but they forgot that it's not very good over here. So I haven't seen any green decks being played today besides the Rookie Rush deck. But again, that does get countered by Hexa Blaumon, except it doesn't get countered by Hexa Blaumon because So yeah, it's really weird. So again, we win 33% of the time. That's probably a better win rate than most people get, to be honest. As I think like 100 people just dropped from the tournament, as there's quite a lot of people who are 0-3 now. Am I salty? Not at all. I wish I saw the play from the first game, so maybe I would have been 1-2 now, and I could have gone for 4th round and tried again. But yeah, that's my fault. Again, in-person thing is so much easier. You can physically see cards. It's better quality. The webcams aren't awful. I'm not having someone who's got half a mat on display, so I can't see like their memory gauge, or I can't see their deck or anything. Understand that obviously when you play at home, not everyone has the luxury of space, so you do be a bit more generous with people like that, guys. You know, I'm quite lucky. I do have a big desk. I do have a place to put this. In all fairness, if I could physically turn the desk around and put my camera at that end and have my playmat here, I'd actually have perfect space for a playmat. There's literally the perfect size space here for playmats. But no, I still have fun. Like, even if I'm losing, I'm still having fun. I'm enjoying it. I've played a different deck every single time. Maybe, guys, maybe for the next one, we'll play the red beatdown security rush deck that everyone loves on the channel. So, maybe that's what we should do. Either way, guys, I actually enjoyed myself. I'm looking forward to getting my prizing in November because, let's face it, they still haven't sent out our July stuff yet, and it's been literally 5 to 6 weeks now. So, Tamers, you have fun. You have a good day. I will see you guys next time. And in all fairness, you're getting this video today. You're getting, I think, 2 videos tomorrow. You're going to get a video on Monday. Like, stacked videos this week. So, yeah, just have fun. Just behave yourselves. Don't be rude. Be polite. Yes, it's okay to be salty. Just don't be salty into other people, yeah? You know. Oh, and I figured out the babies. So, 4 Oopas, because draw power is fantastic. And then Digimon. So the reason why this is good is because if you have jamming when you attack, you can draw 1. Draw is very good in this deck because it hasn't got a lot of other key options to draw things. That looks very weird. But there is a lot of memory gain in this deck if you can get it on the field. So, yeah. Hexa Blue, probably really good for locals, unless your locals literally everyone else is playing Lord Nightmon. And then just play Lord Nightmon. But yeah, this is actually a really fun deck. It's really nice. When I played against the wife last night, I went 3-1 versus Lord Nightmon, but our Lord Nightmon deck isn't as key as the ones I've been seeing. All the Lord Nightmon decks I've been seeing today essentially have just had DP reduction, DP reduction, DP reduction, DP reduction. A lot of people are asking for DP reduction to be removed as a removable thing, because a Digimon with 0 DP should be dead. But a lot of people are asking for basically not to be able to act. So essentially a 0 DP blocker would be able to turn or whatever. I think that's a bit weird. I don't like that. I understand where people are coming from, where obviously there's certain cards in certain card games where they don't have any life, but they can still be a card on the field. I don't think it's ever going to happen, but either way, guys. You heard the man. All Greymon. Let's get out of here. Peace out. Have fun. Goodbye.